afternoon, everybody. Happy Wednesday. We thought we'd be having some rain, but we are still at bay for our rain showers this afternoon, which means that you can easily come to tonight's business after hours at the library. The Ruby M. Sisson Library will be hosting our business after hours this evening. The foundation actually will be the one hosting the business after hours, but it will be at the library starting at 5 o'clock tonight. Now, you know those people over at the library, they like to have a good time. So let them experiment on you, and they have some fun activities planned for this evening, including some fabulous food as well as beverages and, again, activities. What's really important is many people now do know that the library is going through a capital campaign, but what they would like to see from you tonight is your input. This is your community library, and so part of this is to get your input on some of the building plans that are there. They want to make sure that they're on the right track and that they are putting in things that they feel are of value to this community, and to let people know what is actually going on. So please join us this evening. It's going to be a tremendous amount of fun, and we really want to have a good time. So come on over to the library, which is on 8th Street. Join us tonight at 5 o'clock. The admission for chamber members and invited guests is $8. So please join us this evening. The other thing I would like to remind you of is raffle tickets and Colorfest tickets are available online. Now, I'm going to say this with a thank you to those who have gone online and have tried to purchase tickets and may have had a challenge. As everybody knows, the chamber has moved to a new database system. And so we've had a few glitches that we've had to work out, but we've been working on them diligently, and we're hoping that all the glitches are figured out. But of course, if you have any questions about either the raffle tickets or the Colorfest tickets, please give us a call at the chamber and we'll be happy to help you. Please know that our adventure raffle package, you can buy tickets in increments of 1 for $5, 3 for $10, or 7 for $20. Now, if you would like to buy more than that, like if you want to purchase $100 in tickets, you can do that online. So please go online to pagosachamber.com, click on the graphic that is on the homepage, and that will take you to the raffle registration. Same thing for Colorfest. Go to the homepage, click on the Colorfest 2022 graphic, and that will take you to the ticket registration, depending upon whether you would like to. That'll take you to the calendar, and then you can click on either Bands Brews or you can click on either Passport to Pagosa. So those are the exciting things that are coming up and that we have available for you. But what's really exciting is that in just about a week from tomorrow will be the 71st annual Archuleta County Fair. Timeless Traditions is our theme this year, and we have two very special guests with us from kind of different aspects of the Archuleta County Fair. We have Macey Jacobson is with us, and Macey, welcome aboard. So we have Macey representing our youth, and we have Emily Martinez with us. Emily is on the fair board, and boy, I'll tell you, Emily, I sit on a lot of boards, but your fair board puts in an incredible amount of time, not only during this time of year, but all year long. And we just want to thank you. It is almost a thankless job, but we really appreciate your volunteerism and your activity in getting this event together and off the ground. Let's start off with you, Macey. Let's kind of focus in a little bit about the youth component and the livestock component of our Archuleta County Fair. And so I know you've been involved in that since you've barely been, as they say, knee high to a grasshopper, and you right now currently are the District 5 president for 4-H.
Yes,
so
ma'am.
Congratulations. Tell us a little bit about the livestock component, the chuck wagon dinner, those kinds of things that our youth are involved in.
Okay, so I don't really know where to start on it, but the majority of us, so we of the livestock members, we get our animals in about February, March-ish is usually whenever we get our animals. Otherwise, the poultry, they'll get it in about June, I think. They get their chickens and turkeys. But that's usually whenever we started. The steer kids, they do get theirs all the way back in September. So they have theirs for almost a year. So just working with the livestock, it's always so much fun because just every year, you get new animals. So it's so much fun for that aspect of it. And just every day, then we work with them. We work extremely hard with them. Just getting them used to not having anybody touch them or anything, to where you can go right up to them and just pet them and they will not freak out or anything. They'll just, half the time they're like a dog where they just want you to pet them. So that's really cool to see the difference between the beginning of the year and then to fair time, where, random kids can go up at fair and go and pet our animals, and it's okay because they're not going to freak out about it. So that's definitely probably one of my favorite parts about the livestock project, is just to see the growth that each kid puts into it, because it's not one of those things where it's like, you see how parents go and make sure that they're in charge of it, where it's the kids who are in charge of it because it's their animal, that they make it their own instead of just having, parents trying to be in control of it, because there are those parents out there sometimes. But that's definitely a huge thing too, is that it's always the kid putting in so much hard work. And don't get me wrong, the parents definitely do help, but to see the kids of how much they work on it, then it's really cool.
So Macey, the reality is these animals are up for auction, so people purchase them from you. Mm-hmm. Why is that important? Is it just because you guys get extra spending money, or do you have to pay bills, or what's important about that aspect for you guys?
So a lot of it is, you do get the extra spending money, but then also, most kids, they do save it up for, college or getting a car, or after they graduate high school, they can have that money to, just get used to living on their own, after high school. And then also, a huge part of it is for the kids that want to continuously doing, the livestock, then they have that money to go and help them buy the animal from whoever is the breeder for it. And then they also have that money for any materials or feed that they need for the livestock. So that's super helpful, is that it's not always technically right out of pocket, but then you have that backup from the year before, a couple years ago, before. So, the first year of livestock is a little challenging because you do have to spend a lot of it from the money that you've saved up from other things. But then the years after that, if you keep continuously doing it, then it's super nice, because then you have that money from the year before, years past.
It's like our businesses. They have to learn how to run a business. So There you go. You also, the 4-H group also puts on the Chuck Wagon dinner, which is also a huge highlight that evening of Saturday. So tell us, are there still tickets available for the Chuck Wagon, and how can people get them?
Yes, there are tickets available. I don't know if they are selling them online, but I know that you can go to the extension office, which is right down 84, and buy them there. And then also most of the 4-H kids, they will be selling them until, I think we have to be done selling them at July 29th, which is this Friday. So try to go and see those 4-H kids about buying those Chuck Wagon tickets. And then also you can buy them whenever you show up at the Chuck Wagon.
Okay. So I have to say, I am very disappointed that I will not be there this year to see the livestock auction. However, people like me who may not be, whether they're not in town or they have another engagement, how can we still help the youth in the 4-H group? Can you tell us a little bit about the add-on program?
So the add-ons are super nice because it's for, people who can't, purchase a full animal, but they still want to help out the kids that have the livestock. So the way it works is that you can I'm sure there's a way to do it online. I don't know for 100% how to, but I'm sure there is a way. But you
Call the
can go and
extension office.
specifically get a chunk of kids or just one kid, and go and like give, $5 to each, steer kid, or, $10 to each swine kid, or whatever it is. Or you can specifically pick which kid you want to give it to. You want to give however much money to, which is super helpful, because then it's also just more money that the kids get to go and have as spending money or whatever they decide to use it for. So that's always super helpful. And then it's for those, people that can't be in town to buy an animal, or those, people who can't fully purchase a full animal.
Okay. All right. Well, you guys have lots of activities. Everybody's, I'm not even going to ask you if you've completed your record book yet, but I'm sure you're right there. So, but there is so much more to the fair. And whereas, that component of the fair certainly highlights our agricultural heritage. But Emily, there is so much more going on at the fair, especially this year. We're really excited. One of the great things is this year we are back to free admission, I see.
Yes, we did free admission last year, and we're going to continue with that this year. Free admission at the gate. Come in and enjoy all that the fair has to offer this year.
Great.
I think it's great.
One of the things I was excited also to see was there are a lot more types of rodeo type events. My personal favorite, of course, is barrel racing. So I certainly see that is part of it. But tell us a little bit about some of the additions that we have at this year's fair. I know while admission to the fair is free, you do have to pay to go to the rodeos. So tell us a little bit about how to maneuver the fair.
Yeah. So, free admission, obviously, we have added another rodeo. So now we will have 4 rodeos. The first one is Thursday night, and it is going to be strictly barrel racing. We have junior barrel racing and open barrels, and that starts at 7. I have my cheat sheet here, so I don't forget the right time.
Good job.
Yeah, so we're super excited about that. We've got a lot of wonderful barrel racers, and we wanted to bring a little bit more for that. And then Friday, we have our Bears, Broncs, and Bulls, like we have every year. That is, again, starts at 7. And then Saturday, we have our open rodeo, which starts at 12 p.m., noon. That's, mutton busting, team roping, bull riding, the whole deal, and that's fun. And then Sunday at 10 starts the kids rodeo.
Okay.
And that will be all day for that.
And that's 10 a.m.
10 a.m.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. And we have more music this year.
We do. We've also added, instead of just our one big performance on Saturday nights after the 4-H auction, we've added a couple more bands. So Thursday night, we will have our local band, Los Mito Titos, coming to play. They will be in the main activity tent from 7:30 to 10:30. And then Friday, we have Jack Ellis out on work release. He will be playing from 5 to 7 into the main activity tent. And then that evening from 9 till midnight is Tim Sullivan. So we're super excited to have a little bit more there. And then Saturday during the Chuck Wagon, we have the San Juan Mountain Boys playing. So be sure to get those Chuck Wagon tickets from your 4-H'ers and come out and see them play. And then after the auction, we will have Tyler Brandon Band from 9 to midnight.
All right. So anything you'd like to highlight? I know the exhibit hall is always a huge component as well. When can people, and I'm sure as every event does, we need volunteers.
Yes. We, every year we try to make the fair, a little bit bigger with more activities and things. And we need volunteers to help with building that up. So if anybody is still willing to volunteer, we are looking. There is a sign up link on the website at archuletacountfair.com. And there's also one on Facebook. If you have Facebook, you can go like the Archuleta County Fair page, and that will highlight all of the things that we have coming up. We are still doing entries for the exhibit hall. I believe that is until the 2nd of August. That is online, and you can enter also through the website. There's a link there that will take you to enter there. We've also added a BMX show coming down from Denver this year. They will be there at the fair Thursday and Friday, and they will have 30-minute shows, one at 10, one at noon, and one at 2 o'clock.
Wow.
Yeah, we have the fire department coming, and they're going to do a sprinkler demonstration. So they're going to actually have a full-size trailer there and light it on fire. So that's going to be fun. Pagosa Dance Academy is doing something in the activity tent. We will have all sorts of people coming back, lots of vendors, education tent. We have lots of businesses that are bringing their stuff to display, and it's going to be a good fair this year. I think we've added a lot for that.
Well, I'm certainly disappointed I'll miss it, but if there's one more thing that you'd like to say, Emily, please let us know now, and then we'll go back to Macey for one more piece of advice. So, Emily, what would you say to us here at the Archuleta County Fair?
I hope to see everybody there and, supporting our 4-H'ers. They've all worked very hard with their animals, and come out and have a good time at the county fair this year.
Okay, down on Highway 84. Macey, if you had anything to say about either any of the youth programs or the livestock auction, what would you close out the show with?
I don't know. That's kind of a big thing to close out the show on. I definitely think that, if you're going to come to the fair, bring, a water bottle, a rain jacket, because it always rains. And then also wear shorts because it's hot while it's raining, which is odd, but it's Colorado, so we're used to it. And then, check out the exhibit hall, which has, a lot of the 4-H'ers that either can't do livestock or they do livestock and an inside project. And they will have, their sewing projects, cake decorating, cooking, just different projects like that they'll have. Other than, just looking at the livestock. Make sure to come to the truck wagon and the auction, of course. And of course the dance after, because that's always a lot of fun. And then, even like Emily said, the rodeos, they're super fun to go to. Make sure to just try to check out everything, because it'll always be a lot of fun, because it usually is. So.
Well, that's great. And again, thank you both for all the work that you do in our community. Both as an adult, Emily and Macey, with your leadership skills. We really appreciate what you're doing as well. And we have 71 years to celebrate Archuleta County tradition here. So thank you both for joining us. We do hope that everybody gets out to the Archuleta County Fair. It's a wonderful experience. You try and say there's something for everybody, and there is, even pie eating contests. So go out, have a good time, support our community. And if you can't make it to the county fair or the livestock auction, please do think about doing an add-on for our youth here in the community. Even $1 a person, you spend that going out to dinner. So make that investment in our youth, and think about doing an add-on for our young adults here in Pagosa Springs, even those little ones. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. And these people that are on for the first time and starting their 4-H career. So thank you, everybody. You luckily are going to get a break from me for the next couple weeks. I will be away from the office, but our crack staff here at the Chamber of Commerce, Elizabeth Thomas and Kim Hartfield, will be on board. Kim will actually be your host next week, or the next 2 weeks, for our live stream show. So please join us the next couple weeks. We've got lots of great activity and lots of information coming your way. Thank you. Have a great couple weeks, and make sure you make it out to the Archuleta County Fair. Thank you, everybody, and enjoy the monsoon rains that are coming our way. Bye-bye.